Hello everyone, we'll continue our earlier discussion of Terzaghi's one-dimensional consolidation equation and its solution. The equation is a differential equation, second order, dou u by dou t is equal to Cv into dou squared u by dou z squared, where u represents pore water pressure, or it is indirectly indicating percentage of consolidation. Also, this U is pore water pressure, or it represents percentage of consolidation, and time factor is there, and then the depth. Cv is coefficient of consolidation that we'll be defining shortly. Okay, now the solution of this differential equation depends upon end conditions or boundary conditions. We'll see different cases and then how the solution gets developed. Okay, the solution of variation of excess pore water pressure with the depth and time can be obtained. So in one sentence everything is told: U, T and Z. The solution of variation of excess pore water pressure with the depth and time can be obtained for various initial conditions. Now, what is the initial condition? Uniform excess pore water pressure with the depth. Okay, I'll explain you. Now, when you have, for example, if I try to show it in the form of a sketch there, right? Suppose this is soil and this is all saturated soil confined in some container, and the cross section of the container will be having something like this. So when you apply the pressure, right, pore water pressure develops at upper level, mid level, like that at lower level also. Now what is said in this is uniform excess pore water pressure. When you apply a load there, the excess pore water pressure, the pressure which is developed inside the water, which is present in between the particles, right? Particles, in between the particles, it is called voids or pores, and then the water present in that is called pore water. So when you apply external pressure, the pressure is going to develop inside that water, and that will be same everywhere, though it is applied at that end with a solid base, right? The pressure developed at that point, at midpoint, or even at the bottom is same. That is what it means, right? Uniform excess pore water pressure with depth. Of course, it will be shown in the form of plot also, we'll say it. And this is beginning condition, and then you got two cases where single drainage, that is to say drainage at the top and impervious bottom. So if you got a solid bottom, and then when you apply the pressure, and if it is having a possibility for the water to go out, right, vertically it moves and then goes up. That's how the water moves, right? It is single drainage. There is no possibility that water can move sideways because it is a one-dimensional consolidation. It is a solid boundary at the edges here. And suppose if we have a impervious base, and then if you are allowing the water to go out only from the top, that is first case. In the second case, drainage is there at the top and also at the bottom. Means you will be providing porous stones or some facility wherein the water can go up or down. So that is a double drainage condition. Now the solution of consolidation equation consists of the following three variables. What is that? The depth, obviously the depth is Z, the excess pore water pressure U, and the time factor, that is time required for consolidation to occur right from the beginning, the time t after application of loading. So there are three variables. Now I think with this figure things will be more clear. Here there is a soil top level, and we are considering for understanding purpose 2h as the depth of soil, and from the midpoint, mid-level, the maximum distance that water has to move out would be HDR, that is drainage depth or drainage distance. Means if you imagine that this is a soil with fully saturated condition, when you apply the load, when you squeeze it, you can imagine like a sponge which is fully wet, and then when you apply the load it gets squeezed and then water goes out. Now here also you can imagine exactly the similar kind of situation. Only thing is here there is a soil, and in between soil particles you got water. When you apply the load, you will be having a squeezing action. Because of that, water moves. The water which is present nearby will be quickly moving out because hardly there is any distance to move. But if you have water which is at a deeper depth, then it will be taking bit of time to go from that point to that point. Now exactly mid-level, if you take the water slightly on the upper side, has to move almost HDR distance and then go out. Obviously it takes a lot of time. And here we are allowing the water to go out from the bottom also. It is a double drainage condition. So water that is present nearer to the bottom edge will be quickly moving out, but water which is further inside right up to that midpoint, it will be taking a lot of time for it to go out. Now here at time t equal to 0, means in the beginning we have said uniform excess pore water pressure. So here there is a plot. As the depth goes on changing, here they have shown pore water pressure. Now once you apply the pressure at the time t equal to 0, here there is delta U naught as the pore water pressure. The change in pore water pressure is delta U naught, and it is same everywhere. You can see that, right up to the bottom it is same. Now as the time passes, here intermediate time is taken, some time t1. Then what happens is, here nearer to the edges, suddenly what happens is water that is present at the ends will be going out. Means a small layer of soil, if you take it, is fully consolidated, in the sense the water present in that, whatever pressure that it is having, it is released. Whatever pressure that water is having, it will be released, because once the water comes out, it will be relieved of the pressure. So that is what happens in the layers which are nearer to the top or nearer to the bottom, because it needs a very less time for the water to go out. So suddenly this whole pressure is reduced to 0. Here also at the bottom the pressure is reduced to 0, and inside if you go on, right, what happens is the pressure will be still there, and then water is moving out, right? If you give the time, all this pressure will be completely reduced to 0, and here at TV, that is at a complete consolidation or complete delta U becomes 0, right? So that will be at that point, means hardly there will be any pressure left. But in between what happens is, only at the edges it is 0, and as you go inside the pressure is more and more, and at the midpoint you can just see, because a small amount is passed, this much of reduction, excess pore water pressure dissipated, right, will be so much. Here dissipated is all, means whatever delta U naught was there, fully it is reduced to 0. Of the delta U naught, only part of that is reduced. Delta UZ is reduced. Delta U naught is full. Delta UZ is nothing but the excess pore water pressure which is reduced, and then the remaining one is this particular one, right? Now excess pore water pressure that is still present will be this much. Okay, so this is a plot which gives you variation of pore water pressure as the depth increases. At the midpoint it is maximum, and at the bottom and as well at the top it is 0 at intermediate point. But if you allow sufficient amount of time, then what happens is this pressure distribution becomes simply a single line. So to say, all that pore water pressure is reduced to 0, right? All that pore water pressure will be reduced to 0. It becomes a single line like that, right? There is no pore water pressure left. Then we say that it is fully consolidated. So if there is a double drainage condition, in the sense water is allowed to pass from the bottom as well as from the top, this is how. Suppose if it is allowed only from the top, what happens? How the pressure distribution will be? We'll see that also, right? Now here UZ is known as consolidation ratio, right? Also known as percent of consolidation. It is the ratio of excess pore water pressure dissipated to initial excess pore water pressure. So that is used in the equation, right? Degree of consolidation it is called. Okay, here it is. So degree of consolidation is nothing but it is a ratio which is excess pore water pressure dissipated, which is already gone, divided by initial excess pore water pressure, delta U naught. Okay, now we'll go. So this I'll keep it there. Now, okay, boundary conditions are at t equal to 0, what we have? Delta U is equal to delta sigma. This one means pore water pressure is equal to applied delta sigma. This is applied pressure, delta sigma, and delta sigma dashed is equal to 0. Now you know that what is sigma dashed? Sigma dashed is effective pressure, which is equal to sigma minus U. Now if you put everywhere a small increase, a small increase, and a small increase, right? Now because delta sigma is equal to delta U is equal to delta sigma, this effective pressure there it will be 0. Total pressure minus pore water pressure is equal to effective pressure. We have learned this effective pressure. Now applied pressure will be directly going as a pore water pressure. Directly going as a pore water pressure means, now if you apply 100 Newton per meter square as the pressure, now here effective pressure will be in the beginning instant, effective pressure will be 0, and pore water pressure will be directly equal to 100. Okay, that's how it is. So delta U will be equal to delta sigma, and delta sigma dashed equal to 0. Okay, now at the top, at time equal to t equal to infinity, at the top, that is at the top z equal to 0, right? Then delta U is equal to 0. It should have been at top in the sense, or I can remove this, or put z is equal to 0. Delta U is equal to 0 at infinity, and delta sigma is equal to delta sigma dashed. Means this will be equal to this. So to say, delta U has become 0. At infinity, we assume that all the pore water pressure is reduced to 0. All the pore water pressure is reduced to 0 in the sense total pressure will be effective pressure. And at the bottom, z is equal to 2h dr. Again the same condition, pore water pressure is reduced to 0 and total pressure will be equal to effective pressure. Anyway, now okay, here excess pore water pressure distribution for single drainage. Okay, single drainage in the sense we are allowing the drainage to occur in the top and bottom is opaque. You are not allowing the water to go out from the bottom. So first figure indicates at T is equal to 0. You can just see here, and applied pressure will be directly going as pore water pressure, and sigma dashed is equal to 0, or delta sigma dashed is equal to effective pressure delta sigma dashed is equal to 0 here beginning. Now partially when T is slightly more than 0, instantly the pore water pressure at the top where the drainage is allowed, because of that it is reduced to 0, and inside it will be increasing, right? Maybe at the bottom also it has decreased to some extent. Okay, now if you allow the time to pass sufficiently, then all that pore water pressure will be reduced to 0. So delta U becomes 0. Once delta U becomes 0, here, right, delta sigma will be equal to delta sigma dashed, means effective pressure will be equal to applied pressure, right? When we discuss spring analogy, I think it will be more easy for you to understand the things. Okay, this is a single drainage. Double drainage you have seen here, right? The same figure is there here, double drainage. So at in between time it is like this. At the bottom, at the top, both points you got instantly 0 pore water pressure, and in between it has decreased a little, but if you give sufficient amount of time, the delta U will be reduced to 0 to make delta sigma dashed is equal to delta sigma, or applied pressure, total pressure will be directly acting as effective pressure. There is no pore water pressure left. So in the beginning instant, all that applied pressure will be pore water pressure. At time t equal to infinity, there is no pore water pressure left, and applied load or applied pressure will be directly equal to effective pressure. This is what you can understand or remember. Okay. Now, here as per Taylor's solution, the following approximate solution is possible. What is that? When U means percent of consolidation, or it is a degree of consolidation, is less than 60%, you know what is degree of consolidation. The pore water pressure which is dissipated divided by beginning pore water pressure. So that ratio, if it is less than 60%, then the time factor TV is given by pi by 4 U squared. For U is equal to greater than 60%, TV will be equal to 1.781 minus 0.9331 log of 100 minus U percent. Okay. Typical values of TV are, for 50% consolidation, TV is this capital TV is known as a time factor. It is a dimensionless factor, time factor TV 0.197. 60% consolidation TV is 0.287, 90% consolidation TV is 0.848, 0.848. Okay, these values better you remember: 50% 0.197, 90% 0.848, 60% 0.287. Anyway, these two values can be calculated using this equation. Of course, it's possible. For example, 50%, here if you put 50% and calculate this expression, it should give you 0.197, even up to 60%. 60% if you put, it will be 0.287, but 90% you cannot put because equation is valid only less than 60%. So here in the second equation, if you put the value of U as 90%, you will be getting it as 0.848. So these are the values required for solving the problems and calculations. Okay, we'll stop here. We'll see further.